Have you ever felt like everything around you is closing in, as if obstacles are multiplying no matter how hard you try to move forward? Life can often feel like a series of setbacks, but sometimes these challenges are not random. They are a sign of something deeper. What if the difficulties you're facing are actually part of a spiritual test? These tests are designed to push you to grow, evolve, and reconnect with your true self. As we dive into these 7 signs, reflect on whether they resonate with your current experience. You might be closer to a breakthrough than you realize. One of the first signs that you are going through a spiritual test is the overwhelming sensation of feeling stuck in life. This isn't just a momentary setback. It feels as though you're trapped, unable to move forward no matter what you do. Have you ever wondered why things seem so stagnant? It's because this test is calling you to look inward. You're being asked to reflect on the beliefs, habits, or patterns that are keeping you from progressing. The solution, surprisingly, is not out there. It's within. As soon as you shift your focus from external frustrations to inner transformation, doors begin to open. But until you do, that feeling of being stuck will persist, urging you to make the necessary changes. As you begin to question your reality, you might notice another key sign: intense emotional turmoil. You could experience waves of sadness, frustration, or even anger that seem to come out of nowhere. These emotions aren't random. They're your soul's way of bringing unresolved issues to the surface. Have you ever stopped to think that these emotions are actually a cleansing process? Rather than running from them, allow yourself to feel them deeply. This emotional release is part of the healing journey, making space for growth. Each tear, each moment of frustration, is a step closer to a clearer, more evolved version of yourself. This brings us to one of the most challenging signs: strained relationships. During a spiritual test, the people in your life may start to feel like strangers. Conflicts arise, or you might feel distant from those you were once close to. This isn't a coincidence. As you grow spiritually, your relationships must evolve too. Some may no longer serve you, while others may be testing your boundaries, forcing you to stand up for your new, evolving self. Pay attention to these dynamics. Are they pushing you to reevaluate who you surround yourself with? Remember, sometimes letting go is necessary for new, healthier connections to form. And then out of nowhere, you might notice that the things you once loved no longer hold the same joy. Maybe it's a hobby you used to be passionate about, or a career that once defined you. This sudden disinterest can be confusing and even frightening. But it's another sign that you are being called to something deeper. Your soul is nudging you towards new passions, new purposes. What you once enjoyed was perfectly aligned with who you were, but now, as you evolve, your desires shift. Don't resist this change. Embrace it. You are being prepared for something greater, something that aligns more fully with your true self. Another sign that often accompanies a spiritual test is a profound sense of loneliness or isolation. Even in a room full of people, you might feel like no one truly understands you. This isolation can be painful, but it serves a purpose. It's in these moments of solitude that you reconnect with your inner voice, your soul's guidance. Could it be that this loneliness is actually space for spiritual realignment? Sometimes, the universe needs you to be alone, so you can hear the whispers of your true purpose. This solitude isn't forever. It's a necessary part of your transformation. As you navigate these emotional and relational challenges, a deep sense of uncertainty may begin to set in. Your life feels unpredictable, and the future seems unclear. Everything you thought was certain starts to crumble. But here's the secret. Uncertainty is where the magic happens. When you no longer have control over your external circumstances, you are forced to surrender, to trust the process. Ask yourself, what would happen if you embraced this uncertainty instead of fearing it? Spiritual tests often come when we are at the brink of something new, and that requires faith. Faith that everything is unfolding for your highest good, even when it doesn't seem that way. Finally, one of the clearest signs of a spiritual test is a strong, almost overwhelming desire for change. It's like an itch you can't scratch, a feeling that you need to do something different, to break free from the life you've known. This desire isn't just restlessness. It's your soul calling you to step into a new chapter. But here's the catch. Change is uncomfortable. It requires you to let go of the familiar and step into the unknown. Are you ready to answer that call? This urge for change is a universe pushing you towards your next level of spiritual evolution. It might feel scary, but it's leading you to something far greater than you can imagine. Spiritual tests are not easy, but they are necessary. They strip away the old layers, forcing you to confront what no longer serves you. If you've recognized any of these signs in your own life, consider this your invitation to embrace the process. These tests are shaping you into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Take a moment to reflect. How are these signs showing up for you? And more importantly, what are they teaching you? By embracing the challenges and leaning into the discomfort, you can emerge from this test with a deeper connection to your true purpose. Remember, on the other side of every test is a breakthrough waiting to happen.